Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Bitcoin, you have received the orange emoji pumpkins. What's going on here, Crypto? Let me go through it. Everything's going to be fine, friends. But we're seeing a tumble. We are seeing a tumble. There's all these stock market jitters. Everyone, it's kind of, man, everyone on Twitter, I've seen it like 6 times. Everyone's worried about that weekly candle. Oh, the weekly. No, I've never seen such a big weekly. Who cares, bro? Who was it, friends? One of you. Was it Paul? One of you said to me, Sommi, look at the weekly. What do we do, sir? I was like, brother, there's a cheat code. There's a cheat code. Okay, let me show you. Okay. Next to the W weekly, you just increase the time frame. Okay. And you're like, oh, you know, that doesn't look so bad. That's the cheat code right there. I'm not even joking. That's literally the cheat code. Just keep, oh, okay. You know what? You don't like that? Let's go to 3 month. Oh, the 3 month is still green. You think I'm joking? No, that's actually how you make it. That's how I make it. That's how you make it. You're just like, well, I'll just keep increasing the time frame. See, it sounds so naive and stupid. They're like, oh, but you're not looking at the risks, my friend Sommi. What about your big fat giant lollipop? What about all the risks? Yeah, but what about the risk that you're wrong? They debase money even more. Time passes and you can't do the buying and selling perfectly to get ahead of the crowd and get outperforming HODL. What about that risk? They never talk about that risk, hey? So, friends, I'm just going to start. The news today, everyone's obviously waiting for. There's a bit of a big issue going on here, the US election. But I've got some, let's look at this. This is interesting. Okay, there's a public pension fund of Michigan, okay? They now own $10 million of Ethereum. Interesting, because previously they were only buying Bitcoin. Now funds are also throwing in ETH. And by the way, this fund as well, like, I could say they got some balls. Okay, they got some balls and they got some steel ovaries because they are what you would call catching a falling knife, aren't they? So ETH BTC is getting destroyed here. Here we have all these bad things, friends. This is very, very normal, right? When it comes to this. Ethereum, the ship is turning around. Like we didn't want it to go this far. But yeah, in a nutshell, friends, they increased too much supply. That's it. They made too much supply. People's mind share was going to too many layer 2 tokens, okay? It's not just the economics of it, but it's actually economics of your mind share. So people, they're not thinking about ETH, they're thinking about Arbitrum. They're not thinking about ETH, they're thinking about Optimism, or they're thinking about Mantle or Igon layer. And them thinking about all these things, believe it or not, ETH's long-term vision is that it's meant to increase everything. But it's all going bad, isn't it? It is going bad. You disperse yourself too much. So that's it, man. You can't look. Ethereum, they had a bit of a blunder. They thought, oh, we're going to get all the utility and all the liquidity and all these layer 2 chains are going to be symbiotic with us. Nope. They're actually vultures, man. You're doing them a favor, okay? You're doing them the biggest favor, okay? They're not doing you any favors by just increasing the supply whatsoever. And friends, it's like, let's say New York, okay? I don't know what, let's say there's a little town outside of New York. Let's say New York City said, let's commit $500 million to build a road to this town, and we're going to put shops along the way, and it's going to be great, and highways and everything, just to this little town, okay? So the city spends all this money for this road, and it just goes to a town, and it's literally just a bunch of inbreds and a trailer park, okay? Imagine that. Now, you would say, oh, wow, the city, like, spent all this money, and it increased the supply of the roads to help out the little town, but the town did nothing for the city. Do you see what I mean? That's pretty much what's happened with Ethereum. But also, man, like it's part of the third cycle curse. But you tell me, man, who is it? Is it prophetic? I said, well, it's going to be a third cycle curse. Things are going to screw up. I just don't know how, and then it happens. But yeah, we just don't know it was going to be this price, man. That's why you never know. That's why I'm always, friends, I'm very, very humble. I always tell you, look, they're going to let us down somewhere. I just don't know where. I hope it's like, okay, 10 or 15K. I hope it's up there, but then look what ends up happening. It ends up letting you down by like midway of the cycle. Okay, literally midway, it's just collapsing in the ETH BTC price. So you make it through with time. You do. That's why, man, if you were like 3x long ETH, okay, if you're 3x long ETH, you're in a tough position now because you basically got licked. You got licked. Like Richard Hart's position went down 33%. You see what I mean? So if you're in spot, you make it, friends. That's why with spot, you just keep adding to your bags over time. Spot is safe. It's really, really safe, except for that, the euphoria parts. I've written here as well, friends. Markets are on the brink of patience. waiting for US elections to be over, and crypto sees a sell-off in anticipation of the nerves. So yeah, you got the same things happening. We have the Bitcoin dominance going up. We have some Pumpy G music to play. It's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right. What's everyone worried about? What's everyone worried about? Some red candles. Do you know what we sat through, by the way? Do you forget 2022? Do you forget 2022? I couldn't sleep. I was waking up every day. Things are depegging. This is the Bitcoin Daily channel. I mean, I couldn't believe this, man. It actually, like this, right on the channel, it just comes back here to do the retesting. Oh, man, when we start to go up, it's pretty much, it's game over for the Bears. It's already game over for the Bears, but I want you to know that, learn from this moment. So, Bitcoin retraces a bit, altcoins not moving. Look at the pain a lot of people feel, with the pain, boredom. So, it doesn't go away, man. It doesn't go away. I feel it too. Trust me, I feel it too. However, what you learn to do is you learn to cope. I'm serious. You learn to distract yourself. Your body learns, you know what? I can't do anything to feel better about this. I'm just going to go do something else, whatever. I'm going to go investigate the pDAI narrative, which is what I did as well. Just to, we got something to talk about on that one. And I just had a peek at the 5-minute chart of Bitcoin, friends. I like these charts. I like it when it does these like continuously break the low parts. As eventually get these like bottoming structures that eventually form. But yeah, everyone's obviously waiting for, God, yeah, can't figure it out. Are we waiting for the US election? But friends, like I said to you, I've made my critical video, very, very critical. I'm going to tweak the nipples one more time for you. Yes, the most important information is not the election. The most important information is meme coin dominance went from 8% to now 13.8. Explain that. I did explain it. Okay, it's a rhetorical question. You're my friend. Like, subscribe. During a market bloodbath, when everything's rinsing and everything's destroyed and ETH's going down, others BTC wrecked, okay, meme coin dominance went up, huh? Okay, so it's got product market fit. Things are happening. Now, friends, speaking of others BTC, I'm going to show you that chart here. There are a lot of poopy heads. They've been sharing this wrong chart, okay? So what they do is, see how this is all of others BTC, the market cap? Well, if you do total, because a lot of people don't know about others at all. They type in total 3, okay? Because they include the top 10 coins, okay? But they include, so what they do is, includes the top 10 coins, removing Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, they remove USDT and USDC. But when you type that into TradingView, it starts from when USDT first appeared on the chart, 2017. So if you look at the chart, it looks like a downtrend. Let me show it to you. That's what it looks like. It looks like, oh my gosh, this thing is downtrending. What is going on? See this, friends? It looks like, oh, there's a range here. And like, oh, okay, you're about to get wiped. ETH's going down to $1,000. Now, look, man, of course these things can happen. However, that's not the real chart, man. The real chart is what I've shown you right here. You want to look at the risky altcoins. That's the real chart. It's uptrending over time. There is none of this downtrend part. Also, we're outside of the box. We're outside of the box. What do we do? I'll tell you what I do, friends. I learned this from a $1 billion trader. Okay, what you do is just make the box bigger. Okay, you just make the box bigger. There you go. Okay, there you go. Problem solved. Let's continue. And baby dolls, I'm not kidding. Oh, it's live for me right now. You know, as I tweaked my nipples, Ethereum and Bitcoin just started pumping on the 5-minute chart. And we're seeing some green in Richard Hart coins now. We're figuring out the secret tricks. I'm just going to show you this pDAI chart. I got to make another video, okay? I know I made yesterday. I'll just quickly show you. I made another big video. I've got a video here, 48 minutes. But, you know, friends, you know, okay, if your friend Sommi makes a 48-minute video on something that isn't UFOs, you're like, something's going on here. Okay, that's an also indicator for myself. Something is going on here, okay? So, you know, UFO videos, I can do an hour and a half. I don't even blink, okay? This is super secret, friends. So, yeah, you want to say, look, that's what I do. Look, there's been, obviously, the controversy in the PulseChain ecosystem. Why? Because they're like, hey, this stable coin used to be like, you know, down here. Now it's up 5,000x. How's this thing going to go to like $1? How's it going to go to $1? Look, I'm just going to ask you something, okay? Okay, let's do the thought experiment. The year is 2013. Yes, the year is 2013, and you believe in Bitcoin. Let's go all the way back to 2013. Now, a dude named Michael Saylor appears here, okay? The year's 2013. Michael Saylor makes his tweet here, by the way. He goes, Bitcoin's a fad. It's gone away just like online poker. Actually, remember his tweet. Okay, he left it up for everyone to see. Left it up. Good man. Imagine I come out here and say, Bitcoin, it's going to get onto world government's balance sheets one day. Okay? I don't know how. It's going to end up there with a Bitcoin spot ETF and everything. Okay? Now, all you're seeing is like Michael Saylor going like, okay, this guy's just saying, no, it's not. And imagine I told you, okay, Michael Saylor, he doesn't like Bitcoin at $600. But when it's $60,000, 100x higher, he's going to be turbo leveraging long with $10 billion. How did the world play out, friends? Thank you. The $10 billion leverage long, 100x higher world outcome actually played out. However, you can't connect all the pieces. You don't know that we're going to have a zombie virus, which is what happened, right? We had the zombie virus. And then because Michael Saylor had all the time on his hands, he started researching what to do with liquidity and how he could move gold around the world and stuff. Remember, he even explored like putting gold on an Argentinian boat sailing across the sea and then melting it, or all this weird stuff. So he came across Bitcoin. Now, how are you to predict that was going to happen? Look, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to this pDAI, you don't need to know how this thing goes up here. I'm just telling you, this is a secret chart, okay? You don't get this accidentally, okay? That's it. I don't care who you are. For this size, pDAI, friends, it hit 200 million market cap, okay? Right now it's 70 million. Do you know Pulse PLS is only, think about this, Pulse PLS is only 750 million. So pDAI is like 1/10 of Pulse. Now you may be thinking, well, why is that important? Chill out, okay? Ethereum is like 300 billion, yeah? Okay, what would you think about a coin if it was 30 billion on Ethereum? You would think, oh my gosh, this is significant, okay? I'm not saying it's cheap or expensive. I'm just saying it's significant to pay attention. It's not an accident. This thing is like, okay, that's why I'm telling you this thing is big. This ratio is big. You don't just get a meme coin to be this big when you're meant to be an unbacked stable coin. But I've made 2 big posts, friends. I need to go through them. I actually got to go through a whole lot of video here. But in a nutshell, I want to just spoil it for you because it's going to take a while to sink in. So in a nutshell, I think I've speculated on Richard Hart's grand plan. So you want to know, how does PulseChain go 100x? How do these things actually go 100x, okay? How could they even do 1000x? How could they do those numbers? In a nutshell, pDAI has to get to $1, okay? It must get to $1. And then what Richard could do is, you know the Ethereum sacrifice funds? Originally, we thought he'll just use it to buy all the coins and everyone's done, okay? That's what we originally thought. But he can actually make things pump harder. And how can he do that? In a nutshell, he uses the Ethereum funds to pump up the core coins. Now there is incentive token rising. Now there's big yield. He can give that yield out and he can make more farms. He can make an eDAI to pDAI farm. Okay, don't worry, friends, I'll make another video on all of this. So this is what it would look like. So on PulseX, you wake up one day, there's an eDAI from Ethereum and a pDAI farm. So yeah, I made this just for you. Like, subscribe, belly button, all, highest value content. So he's now bridged it. So now people come in and he can toggle the incentive token. He can just smash it up as much as you want with those Ethereum to make it say like 400% APY. So he will incentivize billions of dollars around the world. Now they want to come in and get this yield. But here's the next step, the magic step. The next magic step is the origin address. So it's not done yet on the chain, but the origin address, it has all the tokens. It can put this in the PulseChain Maker DAO vaults, okay? And now the oracle in that vault will say pDAI is $1. So what it can do is he can mint, which is create, he can mint pDAI from that vault. So if he puts in like, I think the real number, he puts in like 30 billion, he can mint like 5 billion. Okay. But this is where this next part's critical, where everyone has an argument about. He can't then automatically just buy the coins, right? If he could do that, by the way, Justin Sun would have done this. He can't do that. He needs to get that bridge up. You know, the eDAI, pDAI farm, there has to be more bonding liquidity. Okay. If there's like $1 billion of bonding liquidity, What he could do is he can like mint $500 million of pDAI. Then to buy the tokens, he routes through. He goes from pDAI, hops to eDAI, hops to Pulse, Inc, and everything pumps up. So then the incentive token and PulseX and eHex and pHex and everything is up even higher, which then has a positive leverage loop. You know that $1 billion in there? Now there's another $1 billion out there in the rest of the world. They're like, wait, you guys are earning 800% APY? I want to come and bridge it in here. It's eDAI and pDAI farms. They're stable coins. And they're like, oh, I'll just leave when the yields go down. So he can keep doing this, and it's a leverage loop. Okay, so it's taken me a long time to kind of figure this out, but that's the missing link. A lot of people, here's the thing, it's not 100% foolproof. Nothing is. You need those people to bridge in. Okay, you got to convince people to bridge in. That's why there's product market fit, right? People are ignoring yield farms and stuff these days, but you know it's Richard Hart game mechanics. So we'll see. So I wanted to show you that. That's why, like, don't worry about all the investigation, all these other stuff. I can make lots of lovely videos for you. I'm just telling you this chart, friends, just to tell you. Okay, look at this. See this ratio? If you believe this chart one day can get to here, okay, which I think it can. I think one day, see, pDAI to Pulse ratio is like what? 70. Okay, it's 70 right now. If I think one day it can get to, let's say 300. Okay, let's just say 300. Okay, that is around like a 4x. Okay, so if Pulse does 50, yeah, if Pulse does 50, and that chart is trending to that number value of 300, that means pDAI will do 50 times 4, which is a 200x. So I'm just going to show you how these things are possible, okay, with his liquidity bonding. So if you do a 200x, now remember, it doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. It's a speculation process. If you do a 200x from today, you get, wow, you get 66 cents. So you can see how these things are happening over time. Effectively, right? So it's the same mechanism as ETH BTC. So if Bitcoin got to, see how this chart is going up over time? So there's product market fit summary. This is ETH BTC. If Bitcoin got to $1 million one day, okay, you know, okay, this chart looks like it's going up here one day. Okay, so you know, okay, if Bitcoin's $1 million, Ethereum is 80,000. So, but here's the thing, okay, you're assuming this trend goes up. You are assuming that trend goes up. You're assuming that it just continues along its way. But it's harder to be fooled by randomness when you have something that's going up over like 9 years. Do you get what I mean? Like ETH BTC is clearly on some sort of a trajectory. It's been 9 years. This is not like a single cycle thing that explodes and does up. So you can see that the longer time period you have, the better. That's why I'm even showing you pDAI doing this chart. It's not just, see, when I first was told about it, like here, okay, you're like, okay, this might be flash in the pan. You just see this. But when it keeps doing this, okay, it's something to pay attention to. So don't worry about other videos on it. Now, that's actually, friends, I have spent, I'm not joking, over 14 hours now. 14 hours on the dunny, in the shower. I'm putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. But still, there is that farm. You need the link. You need the link. Where's the link? Because a lot of people will say on one hand, they go, well, everybody just stays in the system. No, they don't, okay? There are always people moving in and out. Look what happened with Luna UST, okay? Everyone thought, like I said to you, there was Bitcoin that showed 42,000 UST on one exchange and on the Terra Luna chain. And then Bitcoin also said $42,000, but it was USDT on Ethereum, okay? So obviously, you know what, I can spoil a bit of it here for you. The Bitcoin price right now is $3.3 million, but it's UST because UST is only 2 cents, not $1. So you can see that. So that's the same mechanism. Because there's no liquidity now, if pDAI goes and just buys the hex tokens, in those liquidity pools, the number can tell you it's $1, but you can't actually move out to the eDAI. That's why there has to be Richard Hart magic. That's why you're long, by the way. Okay, we're long because you're like, okay, the downside is I'll lose 100% of the bullet. The upside, by the way, if you're long Pulse, you're long all this stuff all together. Okay, so it's all part of the same subset. If it works out, okay, there's like, oh man, we're talking big. I'm too scared to know how big the numbers are. Friends, it's infinite leverage. Okay, so it depends just on how speculative the market gets. It just keeps looping itself. Okay, so we'll get to it later. There was also a bit of a poopy head. Somebody liquidated, friends, 23% hex down. 23%. He dumped 90 million. I think I showed the screenshot. Here you go, 90 million e-hex down. And funny, he bought pDAI with it. Okay, so he bought the wrong DAI too. I was just obviously joking. Now here goes PopCat. Okay, so you guys are trying the whole yeah. So it's kind of funny. We just moved on to that already. I'm just scrolling through these comments live. Yeah, if you're gonna do if you're just gonna copy paste all the Solana meme coins onto PulseChain, I think for them to last, you have to do a lot more flair because they're flash in the pan popularity because a meme coin more as basically super cycle list. They do have some merit and some value, but obviously, friends, I'm not thinking about, oh yeah, you can get in now and you can like dump on that way up straight away. But like, what about 3 months from now? What if Solana isn't ahead? What if it's Ethereum now? You know, what is the PopCat on Solana or the Giga or whatever else they're making? What are they going to be able to do? Now, special case, right? Why do they do that? It's because of MOG. Okay, so obviously they saw MOG doing well, but yeah, they didn't see it. That's what markets do, right? They see the price go up. They go, okay, let's go around it. But really, the MOG coin is the MOG idea is the most important part because MOG is tokenized victory, and we're always chanting about every green candle in PulseChain, and the community in it is super, super, super strong. So, I wish everybody the best of luck. I love these speculation processes because that's how we figure the stuff out. We discover prices on the way up, then you form the base, and then if there's a community there still tagging it, I can look at it and go, wow, you are down like 85% from the top, 90% from the top in this certain wave here after you've done your big cycle, and then like, you know, there's still believers in here. I see this recovering up. So as you can see, these things are great. They're a great experimental process. So as we saw, right, a gentle sir put a 23% drop into this, but you can tell, friends. Look, I'll just tell you. I know a lot of people were waiting for 10-cent p-hex to dump. Okay, they're waiting up here. They've been waiting up here a long time. So if you're curious, why are people selling down here? It's they're being rinsed with time. Okay, they really want to get that 10-cent number. I could just tell, man, because 10 cents is where, if you look at the chart, it's where Richard seems to have started pumping hex from Ethereum in 2021 to go to the hyperbolic run. So it seems like, yeah, I'll show that to you now. Okay, so you can see it here. Here is 10 cents up here around. See, this is where the PulseChain sacrifice part came. So just around this zone, see this, around this 10-cent zone, June, that seems to be where the market had that first big price action, volume switching and decision decision to make about whether it wants to accept or reject those prices. So it seems like it's very, very, very important. And like the good thing is that they're capitulating out now, which makes it easier to run up later on. You just got to believe. The odds of poly market now, 60% Trump, 40% Krampus. Obviously, we're looking for a single issue voter. Pump my bags, bro. Pump my bags. Hey, boomers, baby boomers, you guys got to get literally 30 years of interest rates lowering over time and property get to go up because everyone had immigration. Okay, pump my bags, bro. Pump my bags. I want to have kids so I can tell them for 30 years so they can buy crypto, and I want them to grow up because there's a new tech that I don't understand. And then I'm telling them, buy crypto. It'll change your life. And just like what I do to my parents, friends. Because like everyone knows, right? Especially in Australia, it's kind of funny, friends. Immigrants in Australia, okay, if you don't have a house, you're poor. That's it to them. Stocks, شو هذا Bitcoin, شو عم تعمل هذا? Like you can't eat it. You can't live in it. What is it? That's literally pretty much 99.999% or immigrants, everyone coming out because they come from countries where if it's not in your hand, you don't have it. they're all war torn. You know, that's it. If it's not in your hand, you don't get it. You know what I mean? So. It's just funny. We are living this cycle. Maybe by the end of it, friends, we're all like, we're the boomers of crypto. Because we'll be like, yeah, just earn this. But it's not going to be, you're not going to get 1,000 X's. It'll be like, just put it into this vault and make your 6% yield. You're going to do great. Yeah, so the worlds are changing. But after this election, we can go up again and hopefully start to price in more of Donald Trump coming in. Because, friends, I'll just tell you right now, we are getting taxed way too much. Inflation, government income tax. We need Donald Trump to come in, just slice those taxes, put the income rate down 15%. Just do something, just so the rest of the world are forced to do that, man. It's disgusting. Remember this post, friends. This is a big belly. I know you can't see. This is a big belly static sideways, and this is ChainLink. Obviously, ChainLink. It's making a joke. Friends, ChainLink. I get asked about it all the time. Oh, here we have Mr. Turkey Turkey, the star coming out here. There we go. Mr. Turkey Turkey, and we have the Sommi fan token. How am I gonna appear in this one? Where am I, sir?
Oh,
I remember that.
go on. Let's quickly. Oh, I'm shaking. That's a
Wow.
Whoa.
My gosh, bro. Just like, oh my God, you don't want to surfers, man. Oh, man, just good luck to you. But, you know, when I think about even like surfing with sharks and stuff, I'm thinking about, you know, I think it's still easier than what we're doing. Like, you're watching candles go down for 3 years. Like, every waking moment of your being, you're like, you know, we better come back and reincarnate or something. There better be heaven after this. Otherwise, we all just wasted our lives watching an electronic ticker just tick down every day for 3 years. That'd be funny. And back to Chainlink fans. So I get asked a lot, hey, do you still like Chainlink? Yeah, man, I still like them. Just there's different levels of risk, man. And not everyone, like, but I'm telling you, okay, the happiest man I know, men and women, they're excited by a 3x. They're excited by a triple. A double blows their minds. A triple? Woo! A triple? Yeah, man. I'm like, man, I wish it was you. I wish it was you. Because they don't know what a MetaMask is. They can't go and do these swaps. They don't want to sit here going, hey, how do I do this confirmation thing and the gas fee? I'm like, okay, use this other wallet. They don't care about that. They just have imaginary Ponzi money. I can triple my money. Let me get him. And they love that there's infinite liquidity. They love that. So it's kind of like they love the 3Xs, but they love that they can put in like 200 grand quickly, put it in and in out, quicker. But that's not where the opportunity is. The opportunity is the stuff where you can't put in enormous liquidity. You can't without making the price go up. Okay, and the stuff that doesn't go up straight away. It's the stuff that takes a long time to go up because those things go up the most. They don't just pump up 3x because that long process of rinsing gets so many people out that the people who are on, they don't want to sell for a 3 or a 5 because they think the value is much higher. Beauty is in the eye of the bag holder. We are all beautiful creatures of Satoshi, forever holding an imaginary digital Ponzi coin on the internet. So that's what we're doing, fans. Everything is just backed by the bid. Oh my gosh, there's a Ditto version of this. Shout out to the Ditto fam as well. Ditto from the Poker Center. These are so cute, man. Ditto, they're really, friends, these guys, I'm telling you now, they're so cute with their memes. I've got a Ditto hat coming on later on, I think at the end of the month. But this makes you want to stay. Like, look, I just melted on camera because, like, of course, you go down here. Look at these cute Dittos. It's just smiling and just existing. It's just, you see that? Have this like a little feeling to it. Okay, I feel more for that than like, okay, Igon layer. Hey, tell me how you're going to do a restaking proposal on the layer 2. Bro, no one cares. No one cares. You gave yourselves all the tokens. We don't care. Don't forget, man, like everything in crypto is just backed by the bid. Everything. And I just, like, once again, a lot of people lose their minds when I tell them this. But even though crypto is like 2 trillion, you can't get 2 trillion into your bank account from its market cap. You can only get about 120 plus 35. So 155 billion with a B. But I'm not making it up. Let's do that percentage, by the way. 155 divided by about 2,000, 7%. Max. Okay, there you go. That's all you can extract from the whole industry. There you go. And it's actually less than that. Why? Because all those bids sitting, a lot of that Tether and USDC, there's still billions of that just sitting there doing nothing. It's not deployed. They're not even in the liquidity pools for you to take out. It makes people lose their mind. Like I've had 3 people now, 3 of yous, message me because he's got spooked when I said, yeah, the whole crypto industry, its market cap is like 2.2 trillion or whatever. But if every single person sold, the amount of dollars that would land in a bank account is only about 150 billion with a B, even though there's 2.2 trillion on paper. And they're just like, oh my God, like chill out, bro, chill out. You know, the whole world works like this, by the way. Like your house in the street, okay, if there's 80 houses in your street and you all wanted to get out, there's no bid, bro. What do I think? There's literally zombies coming out. There's an earthquake coming. There's a tsunami coming. There's no way you're not getting anything out. You can only sell maybe like 2 months or something, whatever it is. You get it? You cannot be able to sell everybody. So there you go. Everything goes to 0. How much money would land in your bank account? Okay, well, 2 people sell the houses. The other 78 have to run away from their homes and just throw it away. because there's nothing left. Who is the lowest bidder? Someone who takes enormous risk. You see, that's the same thing as crypto. But asking this question now, you should have been asking that like 10 years ago. That's what people were like wondering. Oh my God, that's why crypto was so risky at the start, because you have this anonymous people around you, and you're betting that they're not going to give in, that Bitcoin is going to stop selling when it's down 90%. That's why it's never been done before. That's why you can't blame anybody for selling their Bitcoin early, because they've never seen anything like it. But now that you've seen Bitcoin do the amazing things, friends, I hate to bring it up. I hate to, but have to. Now that you've seen Bitcoin do an amazing thing, and I'm showing you this pDAI chart, and it's doing this, okay? It makes you think, okay? I want you to think. I just want you to think, friends, because Bitcoin, think about this. Like, that was infinitely more risky. There was no precedent. There was no precedent. Why would Bitcoin continue to have a bid? Why? I don't know, because people believe. Every day, people like Peter Schiff, everyone coming out saying, no, they're going to take their money and run. When things get tough, they take their money and run. They can't exchange it for anything. They survived, man. They made it in the trenches. So maybe you're looking at the same thing here. Okay. By the way, pDAI is one of the most, it's literally the hottest topic out in PulseChain, because it's, just to let you know, it is a new unicorn altcoin narrative, okay? It has its own weight. It has its own category. There is nothing in crypto ever like it. And trust me, that might not mean anything to you. If I was sitting on the other side of the screen, I was watching someone say this, I'm like, I'm going in. See us. That's all you got to hear. Never before seen, never before done. That's it. I'm in. Okay. But obviously, you got to do your research. Is it really never before seen, never before done? Actually, yes. Actually, yes. It has never been actually done before. We've never started a stable coin at $0 and let the market work its way to $1. We've never done that. We only do the inverse. Okay. That's why if Richard does this and it's successful, people are watching, friends. Let's just say people are watching. Trust me, someone's going to try to do this. They're going to see what he did, and then probably Justin Sun does it. But here's the thing. You know, with Bitcoin, it was the immaculate conception. That's why everyone got the infinite returns in Bitcoin. You can't release another Bitcoin to the wild, because speculators come in and they try to steal all the coins for themselves, because they don't really believe in Bitcoin. They just want to speculate, which is true, right? So if Richard Hart did another stable coin in the wild, it wouldn't work, because people would hoard it at the start, and that would just be the infinite dumpers. But because he's done it the way he's, that's why, like, one of my most like controversial things is if he didn't have the SEC, he probably wouldn't be streaming anyway. He ain't gonna let this slip up. He wants them to get rinsed, get everybody out, keep selling the lows. So, oh man, that's why I'm here 18 hours a day. How the hell are you gonna figure this out if you're not here 18 hours a day? How are you gonna figure it out? You're my friend. That's all that matters. Now, man, this AI, friends, I am gobsmacked, dude. This is freaking this looks so freaking real. My gosh. So me next to Donaldo. We have just an imagination, right? November 6th, Trump wins the election. I'm celebrating. Markets sell the news. Trump walks out and says, huge! And then the market begins to pump. So that's might be what happens. Literally, we go in, we see some little dumpies. I'll just bring up the chart right now. Oh man, this 4-hour chart. I'm just showing you this chart. Like, bro, what are you doing? Can you just hurry up and go up? Like, you went this, you come back, you do this retest thing. But yeah, look, there's so many times, friends, look, it just starts going up. It just starts going up. There's no rhyme or reason for these things. You just need time. I have to sneak this in as well, friends. So I've got to talk in some code words. So in 2001, you remember when the Jenga towers fell, right? The wooden blocks. So this guy was one of the guys caught. Buzzy, okay, what did he do? He had a massive short on. Now, you think, oh, it must have been random. Okay, he was appointed executive director of the Coconut Intelligence Agency. And a week before September 11, 2001, when the Jenga Twin Towers fell, the whole market had 10 times more puts than calls. 10 times. That's like, just 10 times, really? But it was 2001. It took years and years and years for people to dig this up. We didn't have like Twitter reporting this. There was nothing back then. So this is it, okay? Big insider trading profit. It was kind of like, this is it. Was Alex Brown a key up front when he was innocuously shorting 9/11? So, I can't figure it out. A random guy from the Coconut Intelligence Agency puts on so much shorts that it's 10 times the thing. Friends, what would happen? Actually, what do you mean what would happen, dude? We know, do you remember XRP? Here it was. I was making tweets, friends. There were insiders who were accumulating huge long XRP here. So they were huge. How do we know that? The open interest was on centralized exchanges. The open interest for XRP increased big. So it was enormous. Okay, it was something like 30% more than normal. So like somebody had there was an excess of I don't know what, it was like $300 million worth of longs or something. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember how to work out the profit and stuff. But yeah, this thing went boop. It popped up. So they did it, man. They did it for XRP. You think they're not going to do it for a world crisis? You know what I mean? Also, shout out to Johnny Boo. Have you looked into the art students here being given the 91st floor for an art project and then having all access swipe cards and how they rented a helicopter to take pictures of themselves from floor 91 with a window? Yes, sir. So this Israeli art students, Saifedean Amus, who wrote the Bitcoin Standard, he talks about that as well. There's so many things, man. Just man, we're going to mog them this time. We got our own insider information here, okay? So we can actually cheat, you and I. How are we cheating? We have an advantage. It's not even really cheating. We have the edge. The edge is you and I know we ain't bridging back to the fiat poop. We're in this system and we're all in. And we know our friends and family, as they see the candles go up, they're also going harder all in. It's telling us that this thing is growing. So ultimately, I believe we should all send it higher. Send it all higher. If you're worried out there, friends. I mean, look, there's a lot of things going on here. Just to give you, wet your beak a bit. You can look at Mr. Russell. Mr. Russell right here. It's still curling. Bro, can you hurry up and curl, Mr. Russell? But this is, the timing is aligned. We're ready for US election. Exactly 4 years ago and 4 years before that. Actually, we can go back here. Let's just look at exactly what it did in 2020 if you want to look at the US election. So this is what most people do. So let's go look at the exact November. Oh, wow. Here it is, friends. Look at this. After the November election, bang, just starts going up. There you go. What about when Trump won? I'm sure this was a big pump as well. If you go back as well to 2016, here it is right now. Let me guess. This is you. There we go. Pump. So Mr. Russell 2016 and 2020. US elections done. Tweak the nipples. Pump it to the heavens. This is your friend Sommi. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you in the next one, friends.